Buzz tonight. That's right, it is factory time. This is Duncan Fisher reporting live. The game is on. Peter Dexter is down there tonight. Back in his prime, it would have been a no-brainer who was going to win this one. But he's been in retirement for 5 years, and it's been 8 years since he did his career best and placed 37th in the charts. He's back and nailed 3 victories in a row in the light circuit. Now he's primed to show the medium pilots what an old veteran can do. He ain't getting any younger, but he has a ton of talent and experience. I fought Peter back in the day, and he is one pilot who cannot be ignored. I think we will be seeing a lot more of him this season. Looks like a pretty good match out there today. A lot of folks prefer medium to light matches because there is more action. You have more power to bear on your enemy and better odds of hitting them. You still get some speed, but some of those medium mechs can be configured to be heavy hitters. Some fans like their games fast and furious. I like them more like this. People are fighting smart and trying to minimize their exposure. A good pilot knows just how to turn to spread out the damage. It makes for a longer fight, which is more about skill. Sometimes a kill sneaks up on you, like that one. Pinpoint firing can lead to a fast kill. So the talk is all about last week's medium match. Bobby Fields had been cleaning house in the medium circuit. He made the final 2 in the last factory match. Then a badly mauled Merrick rookie simply tore him apart. Fields barely even fired back. All the media is saying that the killer took a dive. I'm not so sure. He claims that he had some equipment failure. From my time in the circuits, I believe him. No matter how much you pay to keep your mech fully operational, accidents will happen. Especially when you're facing another pilot who wants nothing more than to be that accident. But Fields has been barred from competition until a full inquiry is held. I just hope this whole thing blows over and we can get back to the game. One more mech destroyed. Ouch! And there goes Peter Dexter. A real shame, too. I thought he'd go the distance today. I really did. And from the audience reaction, I think they were expecting it, too. But there are plenty of games left in the season, and I'd be surprised if we don't see some more from the Grey Wolf. Bam! Bam! 2 kills for Spectre. Spectre wins! Things are really picking up now. The season may have started slow, but now it's picking up steam. Today we have a Merc rookie doing fans factory time. Duncan Fisher here. It's a fine day in Montenegro, as long as you stay clear of the arena. People are piled in to see the latest match of the heavy season. We have some great mech action in store today. As you know, this heavy season has been one of Steiner. Now we're ready for action.
Listen, both of us are a notch above all the others. Call it a truce till we take them all out.
The competition is pretty fierce tonight, but one of the hopefuls is rookie Spectre. He's a dangerous Merc pilot who's strung together several victories in multiple weight classes. He's versatile, has a good head on his shoulders, and he is by far the favorite tonight. But this is Solaris, so you can never tell who the last man standing will be. I love a good heavy mech match. You have enough firepower to really see some fireworks, but you have enough speed that you don't wind up with a turret match. Heavy matches also have a lot of your proven warriors trying to... When the reactor goes, that's usually a sign that you've taken too much damage. The heavy season has been kind of one-sided. Steiner pilots have definitely been avoiding each other down there. Hey, that's nothing new. Pilots tend to have their own agendas, and on some of those agendas is not shooting your countrymen. True Solaris jocks will take the shots as they see them, but it's a hard thing to call sometimes, and there are definitely some grudges out there too. Looks like they're fighting to a standstill down there. Sometimes in a fight, people take a breather. Doesn't happen much, but these lulls are part of the game. In a lot of those mechs, heat is a real factor, so you have to play it safe so you don't burn up in there. Welcome to Solaris. Now, let me show you the sky. That's 2 for Spectre and 2 ejected pilots who will be watching from the sidelines. Some fancy piloting, good aim, and 3 kills for Spectre. Now that is one merc I'd let watch my back any day. He's on a roll. That's 4 for Spectre.
It's been a pleasure, Merc. But now I have you in my crosshairs.
The Merc Phenom strikes again. We're about halfway through our season, and yet again Spectre has come out on top. If you haven't heard of this kid, you should have. It's his first season, but from his performance tonight, you couldn't tell. Ken Fisher broadcasting live from the jungle. It has been a crazy time getting in. It's Solaris time. I hear one of the combatants down there is Riccardo Vecchi's cousin. He's been training with him quite a bit, which is pretty unusual for Riccardo. Riccardo's always had a bit of a bad boy image, and a lot of times the crowds boo him. But despite his lack of charm, he's a hell of a player on the field. I wonder if his cousin has picked up some of the Vecchi touch. If so, we'll probably see more of him to come. The medium matches are some of my favorites, and I'm not saying that just because it was... Whoa, that one is definitely down. Well, Riccardo's cousin is history now. It's no secret that Vecchi and I do not get along. He thinks I'm an old has-been, and I don't even think I can broadcast what I think of him. No matter what my feelings are, though, he knows how to play the game. I see a lot of Riccardo's arrogance in his cousin, but none of his skills. The medium matches are picked. That's the second one for Spectre today. We have our winner. Man, that's medium mech action for you. We have our winner today, Merc turned Solaris Jock Spectre. He's making a name for himself, and he rode right over the competition. This is Duncan Fisher. The jungle is filled with people waiting to see the next heavy match of the season. If you ask any of them, they'll say the heavy mechs are where it's at. The action has been intense these last few weeks, as many pilots are going above and beyond to win. The jungle is a tough arena for heavies. It's Solaris time. Miria Stewart is one of Liao's own. In a controversial move, he decided not to compete in the medium circuit. This is his second season, and some think he could use some more seasoning in the lighter circuits. I think he has a lot of promise, but he's pushing himself too hard. It's hard not to like the guy, though. He's honorable and doesn't seem to take his sudden stardom seriously. I hear he still eats lunch at a little dive in downtown Cathay. I don't think this is going to be his year to make the championship, but when he makes it, I'll sure wish him well. It's looking like we have a good game going on. In heavy mech matches, you really see the full gamut of the heavy weapons. You have your autocannons, PPCs, lasers, and Gauss rifles. I never get tired of watching a Gauss rifle slug launch. Those things pack a heck of a punch. Some medium matches manage to pack a few of those bad boys on, but you got a lot of ordnance flying in heavy matches. The battle looks to be mostly about cover. There have been some bad shots, good defense, and good movement. It makes for a longer game, but it shows off some good piloting. Although some of those guys could use some practice with their gunnery. I like that guy's style. He came out punching and didn't give up until his mech went pow! Heck, I bet he is still trying to fire at the other guy. Two heavy contenders are Ellie Niels and Nako Toyuma. These Steiner powerhouses have seemed unstoppable. Ellie has been getting a lot of the spotlight, and I've heard a tasty rumor that Nako is none too pleased. Just between you and me, Solaris fan, I think that Nako is the better pilot. He's deadly efficient and a lot more consistent. I think Ellie has had a bit of a lucky streak, but Nako is the real deal, and he just seems to be getting better. It's Solaris time! Mechwarrior Stewart is one of Liao's own. In a controversial move, he decided not to compete in the medium circuit. This is his second season, and some think he could use some more seasoning in the lighter circuits. I think he has a lot of promise, but he's pushing himself too hard. It's hard not to like the guy, though. He's honorable and doesn't seem to take his sudden stardom seriously. I hear he still eats lunch at a little dive in downtown Cathay. I don't think this is going to be his year to make the championship, but when he makes... I like that guy's style. He came out punching and didn't give up until his mech went pow! Heck, I bet he is still trying to fire at the other guy. Two heavy contenders are Ellie Niels and Nako Toyuma. These Steiner powerhouses have seemed unstoppable. Ellie has been getting a lot of the spotlight, and I've heard a tasty rumor that Nako is none too pleased. Just between you and me, Solaris fan, I think that Nako is the better pilot. He's deadly efficient and a lot more consistent. I think Ellie has had a bit of a lucky streak, but Nako is the real deal, and he just seems to be getting better. The battle looks to be mostly about cover. There have been some bad shots, good defense, and good movement. It makes for a longer game, but it shows off some good piloting. Although some of those guys could use some practice with their gunnery. We got another meltdown, and now we know who our final three are. A good shot and a dead mech. 2 for Spectre. Kapow! Spectre wins again. Bam! That's it, Solaris fans. We have our winner. It's Spectre, a rookie pilot showing the big boys just exactly how this game is played. There were some good fights out there today, but the Merc rookie phenomenon has stormed the jungle again. Here's to you, Spectre. This is Duncan Fisher. This is Duncan Fisher live from the rubble heap. We have the real heavy metal assembled on the field, and these warriors are going to fight. It is Solaris time, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of the pilots who come through the ranks to the assault matches are used to being the best of the best. But the assault class is where the big boys live. In any given match you can see Odessa, Coleman, Niels, or the next Solaris champion battling it out. The real key players who rank high in past championships have staked their claims in assault championship matches, and that can make for some truly spectacular games. I like a fight that has a break in the middle of it. Some fights are so fast and furious that by the time you realize what's happened, it's all over. I much prefer matches like these, where you can ooh and ah at the skill and savor the victory. Some fights are epic. Some you talk about for years to come. Some are like this one, clean and efficient, and get you one step closer to the championship. Not much of a looker, but it gets the job done. This is assault competition. Look at them down there. They are the leanest and meanest bunch of pilots you'll ever see. You got the serious big names duking it out, each one trying to edge up in the rankings. With Odessa out for the regular season, it is a real feeding frenzy down there, and you better believe that nobody wants to be the fresh meat. He's taken out. He'll place third, though. This is Duncan Fisher live from the rubble heap. We have the... It is Solaris time, ladies and gentlemen. Some fights are epic. Some you talk about for years to come. Some are like this one, clean and efficient, and get you one step closer to the championship. Not much of a looker, but it gets the job done. A lot of the pilots who come through the ranks to the assault matches are used to being the best of the best. But the assault class is where the big boys live. In any given match you can see Odessa, Coleman, Niels, or the next Solaris champion battling it out. The real key players who ranked high in past championships have staked their claims in assault championship matches, and that can make for some truly spectacular games. This is assault competition. Look at them down there. They are the leanest and meanest bunch of pilots you'll ever see. You got the serious big names duking it out, each one trying to edge up in the rankings. With Odessa out for the regular season, it is a real feeding frenzy down there, and you better believe that nobody wants to be the fresh meat. There aren't many rules in Solaris, but one of them is you need to stay in the game. Hiding with your head in the sands may be a good option when you're out on a merc-up, but someone needs to tell Spectre that ain't the Solaris way of doing it. goes out in second place. An excellent performance. Oh, this is Duncan Fisher. It is Solaris time, ladies and gentlemen. Some fights are epic. Some you talk about for years to come. Some are like this one, clean and efficient, and get you one step closer to the championship. Not much of a looker, but it gets the job done. A lot of the pilots who come through the ranks to the assault matches are used to being the best of the best. But the assault class is where the big boys live. In any given match you can see Odessa, Coleman, Niels, or the next Solaris champion battling it out. The real key players who rank high. I don't even know who was piloting that one, but he sure put up one heck of a fight. You can bet he'll get some camera time after this one. Of course, you get even more camera time if you win. This is assault competition. Look at them down there. Boom! That's it. He did it again, folks. That's right, Spectre, the Merc Maverick, has destroyed all who stood before him. He now is Duncan Fisher live from the rubble heap. We have the It's Solaris time. What's not to like about the assault class matches? You've got the meanest, toughest, and nastiest mechs that ever came off a Mechworks assembly line, battling it out with every weapon you can think of. And the talent here is top-notch. No one makes it here who can't handle a mech. You get to see the best battles in the most expensive rigs on Solaris. Now that's entertainment. I like a fight that has a break in the middle of it. Some fights are so fast and furious that by the time you realize what's happened, it's all over. I much prefer matches like these, where you can ooh and ah at the skill and savor the victory. One less mech for the championship. There is a real trend in recent years. I see more and more clan technology on the field. I always want to shake those guys and say, hey, you remember who we fought a war with a few years back? I admit it, I am a purist. I like seeing the Atlas or the Highlander strut his stuff. But when you get some newfangled Daishi or Masakari in the winner's circle, it really gets my goat. But the money some of those pros make, they can afford. Spectre's tearing through him today. That's his second kill of the game. From Merc Jock to Solaris Jock, this Spectre is showing everyone how to take care of business. 3 kills on the board, and maybe some more to come. He's taken out. He'll play time, mech fans. This is Duncan Fisher. It's Solaris time. What's not to like about the Assault class matches? You've got the meanest, toughest, and nastiest mechs that ever came off a Mechworks assembly line, battling it out with every weapon you can think of. And the talent here is top-notch. One less mech for the championship. There is a real trend in recent years. I see more and more clan technology on the field. I always want to shake those guys and say, hey, you remember who we fought a war with a few years back? I admit it, I am a purist. I like seeing the Atlas or the Highlander strut his stuff. But when you get some newfangled Daishi or Masakari in the winner's circle, it really gets my goat. But the money some of those pros make, they can afford clan tech. And it looks like it's here to stay. Even the newer versions of the Black Knight and Templar have it. I like a fight that has a break in the middle of it. Some fights are so fast and furious that by the time you realize what's happened, it's all over. I much prefer matches like these, where you can ooh and ah at the skill and savor the victory. Spectre's tearing through him today. That's his second kill of the game. This is Duncan Fisher live from the rubble heap. It's Solaris time! What's not to like about the Assault class matches? You've got the meanest, toughest, and nastiest mechs that ever came off a Mechworks assembly line, battling it out with every weapon you can think of. And the talent here is top-notch. No one makes it here who can't handle a mech. You get to see the best battles in the most expensive, one less mech for the championship. There is a real trend in recent years. I see more and more clan technology on the field. I always want to shake those guys and say, hey, you remember who we fought a war with a few years back? I admit it, I am a purist. I like seeing the Atlas or the Highlander strut his stuff. But when you get some newfangled Daishi or Masakari in the winner's circle, it really gets my goat. But the money some of those pros make, they can afford clan tech. And it looks like it's here to stay. Even the newer versions of the Black Knight and Templar have it. I like a fight that has a break in the middle of it. Some fights are so fast and furious that by the time you realize what's happened, it's all over. I much prefer matches like these, where you can ooh and ah at the skill and savor the victory. There goes our favorite of the game. Well, and now we're down to our final three. Spectre's tearing through him today. That's his second kill of the game. The Mercman wins. Unbelievable! Spectre has swept all of the weight classes in the factory. He just qualified for the factory championship. He's big time now, and I just can't wait to see him in his next match. There were some serious names down there tonight, and none of them are left on the field. Time! This is Duncan Fisher bringing you the last game of the factory season. This is it. Tonight we find out who is the king. It's Solaris time.
You're Spectre? I've been following your games. I have no grudge against you. It'd be an honor fighting with you.
Srin Odessa has been a name to watch in Solaris for years. She placed 10th in the 62 match, and she's been gaining. That shot had his name on it. There is so much to keep track of in one of these games. You have 16 opponents, any of whom in a normal game would be the star. Championship play is frenetic, and boy, do I love it. Watching the... Sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. That guy is out of here. The field is clearing up a bit, and it has been a great championship so far. I'm sure that some are surprised to see Spectre still up and running. At this point, you'd think people would recognize that this rookie is the real thing. He's not just lucky down there, he is making it happen. He's also a bit of a bookie's nightmare. Anybody that put a mark on him for making championship has made enough money by now to change lifestyles. I wonder if he can go the distance. Unbelievable! No matter which way Srin turned, Spectre was right on her. She was primed, ready, and looking in great form. I don't think she made a mistake out there. She was just outclassed by the rookie. Absolutely amazing. I'm on the edge of my seat over here. Just one man left. Bam! That is it. The last game of the factory season is over. And who won? Not any of the old favorites. A dark horse named Spectre. In an unbelievable season, he has won in every category in the factory and is now king of the rubble pile. There is still some more left of the season, and just like you, Solaris fans, I'm on the edge of my seat to see just how in Cathay. This is Duncan Fisher in the Jungle Arena for the last match of the Jungle Circuit. Today, people are competing for who... You know what that means.
I have bigger fish to fry this match. Want an ally for the match?
The field is filled with big names that have big talent. One of the new faces is Spectre, who's managed to secure a spot in this championship, even though it is his rookie year. He's become something of an item, and many people he showed a lot of patience and carefully lined up the shot. A lot of times that's the way you gotta play it. He's one step closer to victory. I'm always amazed in these open class championship games at what mech pilots bring in, and a lot of times I'm even more amazed at how well they do. Last year, someone brought in a medium mech and lasted until the final 3. Not only is that extraordinary skill, but also major style points in my book. Most of the time, the big boys win this one, your assault and heavy mechs. But hats off to the lighter mechs out there. He's out of here! The action down there is intense. We still have some names down there, but some have fallen by the wayside. The championships always have so many big names, and only one can win. But in my book, every person down there is a winner. Just to make it that far is an incredible feat. Some more death and destruction, and now we have our final 3. It's been a pretty fast match so far, and it doesn't show any signs of slowing. Spectre does it again! He swept the jungle! We have a new champion of the jungle arena. He's not some fancy seasoned veteran with big company sponsors. He's come from out of nowhere, and he is on a roll. And in case you're living under a rock, his name is Spectre. An absolutely phenomenal performance. I can't wait to see how this rookie does in Grand Championship. Then the Coliseum. The stadium lights are on, and we have a game tonight. This is Duncan Fisher giving you the play-by-play. Solaris time!
This is the big league, rookie. I'll watch your back this round if you watch mine. If we're the only ones left, then we can settle who's better. Deal?
One of the combatants tonight is both a Merc and Solaris jock. His name is Alex Haight. This no-nonsense fighting machine had a sensational rookie year and followed it up by disappearing for mysterious business for 2 whole seasons. Everyone thought that was the last of him, but he came back and is still doing some serious damage in his 5th season. It's a no-brainer that he'll make it into the big game. It's kind of unusual, but he still fights a couple of medium matches every year. He says he's scoping the field. Alex isn't a man of many words, but he's a clever warrior. I wonder what he sees out there tonight. There's a lot of debate on which mech dominates the medium mech circuit. My money's always on the Uziel. Sure, you can put another 5 tons of armor and weapons on other chassis, but I just like the feel of an Uziel. It has good armor, weapons, and decent moves. Some lucky pilots who have access to clan tech go with the Shadowcat. I can see their point, but clan tech is expensive to repair and keep up. You are really putting a lot on the line bringing a clan mech into Solaris. Some of the Solaris jocks take a special joy in singling out clan mechs just to watch their pilots squirm. Looks like there's a lot of fighting for position. One sad thing is that some of a pilot's best fights are the ones some fans least like to watch. Some of my closest matches, which really defined me as a pilot, got rated very poorly. A lot of fans only want to see their favorite knock some holes fast in their opponents. I prefer matches like these, lots of solid performances and smart playing. Kapow! Ha ha! Well, Alex is slumming it and he gets nailed. He was scoping out the competition and looks like he found some. I don't know whether he was just overconfident or if he just got outplayed, but regardless, I bet he ain't a happy camper. See you next game, Alex. Kapow! One less mech on the field. It's moments like these I live for. A lot of pilots came here today, and now we just have 3 left. So grab a drink and sit tight. We have some Solaris action going on today. It looks like Spectre wants to take first today. He's just nailed his second pilot for the match. Kapow! That's it! The Coliseum has seen some intense fighting tonight. Although those medium mechs are fast, they can pack some serious punch. It was quite a slugfest, and rookie Merc Spectre takes the victory today. He smashed through some serious opposition, and he's earned the accolades tonight. Live from the sands, it's Duncan Feehive today as people scramble for the Coliseum. This is Duncan Fisher. This heavy match looks like a battle of powerhouses. Steiner's own... It's time, Solaris fan. And there she is, Ellie Niels. She has exploded into action this season. This is her 3rd season, and not many people thought she could deliver the quality performance she's been doing recently. She's turned well, he gets to add another notch on his mech for that one. Of course, his mech looks in bad shape, too. It's the nature of the game, and if you take too much damage in the beginning, the odds aren't good you'll last until the end. You have to pace yourself for the whole match. You have some folks who say that heavy mechs require less skill than other mechs. The fact is that any pilot out there tonight is a powerhouse player. Sure, you can kill a mech fast with the amount of weapons you can pack, but a skilled pilot knows how to use terrain, movement, and suppressing fire to win the day. Sure, you'll have the fluke victories in this class, but the names you see time and time again are the elite. Lots of tinking away at the armor, but no one's ready to call it quits yet. That really shows some resilience. Watch them go. They're fighting for every hit and... Kapow! I've taken some flack this season for saying that Ellie Niels is not the pilot to beat. Here's one more example of it. At her best, she is really something. She has some pizzazz, some skills, and can really ruin a pilot's day. But she is not consistent. I know she took out an amazing 5 mechs 2 weeks ago in the sands, but she is streakish. My guess is she won't even make the championship. Spectre! He's amazing! The rookie sensation Spectre has won on the sands again. This kid is dynamite and has broken the stranglehold of Steiner domination on their home arena. He seems pretty much unstoppable down here today. People are on their feet in the stands still hollering. This is Solaris at its best. I can just bet we're going to see more great things from Spectre this season. This is Duncan Fisher, live from the stands. For the next Coliseum match of the season. This is Duncan Fisher reporting to you live. We're pretty late in the Coliseum season, and there promises to be plenty of action before the end. The mechs out on the field have spared no expense. There is more firepower here than there is in some regiments. It's going to be one heck of a slugfest tonight. The match is on. This is Kayla Terrell's 3rd year, and she has been mainly competing in the Coliseum Assault Circuit. She snagged a couple of victories away from the Steiner favorites. She's young and full of promise, and if she doesn't make the big game this year, I'm sure we'll see her there in the future. The home crowd really hates her because she really knows how to put Nako Tayuma in his place. In almost every match you'll see someone take the Atlas, which many consider the king of this class. I think that the new Sunders give them a run for their money. They have Omnitech that allows them to vary their loadouts, plus they can really move. Their silhouette is smaller, and a good pilot can really put some moves on other assaults. If I were to get back in the game, I'd take a Sunder. Even your ace pilots like Srin Nodessa or Samantha Coleman take some time to kill an opponent. Lulls like this happen in practically every fight. Sometimes I appreciate the breather. It is nerve-wracking watching a fight with so many things going on at once. I need to send some champagne to those guys for letting me take a breather. Now that was one heck of a battle. Everyone clustered together. It looks like he was looking this way and that, leaving himself wide open for that final shot. You have to have eyes in the back of your head out there sometimes. This is the home of the big boys. Atlas, Daishi, Sunder, Mahler, and more. Also, we're seeing a trickle of the new versions of the Fafnir and Temp. Spectre has nailed another. That's 2 today. Bam, bam, bam. Spectre makes it look easy. Now let's see if he can go the distance. It's Spectre time! The crowd is going wild here tonight. The Coliseum Assault Circuit is considered by some to be the real proving ground for championship pilots. And today, a Merc-turned-pro Solaris jock has earned his place in the Coliseum Championship. That was a phenomenal performance. At the beginning of the season, nobody knew this guy, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say we haven't seen the end of the year in the Coliseum. This is Duncan Fisher, and Silesia is going crazy in anticipation. The Steiner fans aren't too happy because local favorite Ellie Neals lost her last 5 matches and won't get to compete in any of the championships. A real upset. But there's a ton of hopefuls and some real powerhouses left. One dark horse that a lot of people are betting on is rookie favorite Spectre. Let's go! He went down because he didn't know who the key players were. You can never ignore your main competition. you can be engaged in a nice duel, and that annoying tap from behind can be the last thing you feel. The Arena Championship matches are the real proving ground for the big event, the Grand Championship. Some of your real big names on the field have their attention divided. Sure, they want to win. All it takes is one good shot. Another mech hits the ground. This is the last championship of the season. Only one more game to go, and it has been a real fight so far. More of these games have come out in upsets than any other championship up to now, and I think I know why. There are some pilots out there who don't have a place yet in the Grand Championship. If you win at this level, then that's it. You're in the big game. So the amount of intensity down there is truly electric. Looks like we have some cat and mouse going on down there. Sometimes a pilot gets rattled, and in the heat of the moment, the fight or flight reflex goes the wrong way. A lot of pilots look down on that, but I'm more sympathetic. If everything seems to be going bad fast, even the best pilots can get rattled. Sometimes there's a fine line between predator and prey. Spectre is now the arena champion. That's it. Spectre is now the champion of the Coliseum. From out of nowhere. I haven't seen a performance like this since Gross took the Grand Championship in '62. The sands are choked with debris, and only the best man is left standing. And today, that man is Spectre. The Grand Championship still remains to be played, and I know many of us are wondering whether or not Spectre is prepared to deliver one of the best rookie performances in Solaris history. Until next time, this is Duncan Fisher, live from the Coliseum, signing off.